Hello, friends and families of YG. This is Kocho Sensei Tonpai with my very first video message. This is a week first, I think, for many of us. I'm sure a first for many parents who are home working remotely and then also taking care of their kids at the same time. Maybe a first for some other folks with this coronavirus and the situation that we have. I know for staff, they are also experiencing some firsts of their own. No one really had planned on providing education remotely. This is not something that we've had a lot of training on, and teachers really were never expecting to be in this situation, but here we are. When we left school March 13th, a few weeks back, we all were hoping that we would be coming back to school April 1st and going back to normal. But as you know, that didn't happen. Things have changed quite a bit. And as recently as Monday evening, things changed even more, where we were thinking that we're going to be providing some supplemental education for about 3 to 4 weeks. We are getting prepared now for the possibility that it could be a longer time, possibly to the end of the year. So our teachers are getting ready for that. This week, some of them are heavily into professional development, learning how to use some of these online tools like Zoom, this video conferencing tool I'm using right now. Some teachers are using Seesaw for the first time, and others who have been using it as a way to communicate with families are really now having to learn how to use it as more than that, and as a means of providing a more meaningful educational experience. And so we are very busy right now doing something that we just were not expecting to do until just recently. So I hope parents and students, I hope you'll be understanding that we're trying something new, and there likely will be some times when things don't work out the way you would want or expect, but I'm hoping that everyone will be patient and forgiving when things don't go as planned. And conversely, our staff will also be understanding of students when technical problems come up or things don't work out exactly as planned for students. So it is just a new experience for all of us. So thank you all for being very patient. And if we could get back to regular school the way it was a month ago, we certainly would want to do that, but it's just not the way it is. With the change in plans, I imagine there might be some questions that you have, and some answers I don't have right away. I've been asked by some folks what would be the plan for YG for next year. Will we continue on with our transition? And at this point, I believe so. There's nothing that would indicate that the transition is going to be paused or stopped. We have paused our transition process, but we're going to be picking that up again next week. I'm meeting with the principal of Kelly Middle School and John Stapleton, the transition facilitator. We're going to be meeting online through Zoom, but we are going to be moving that work forward. In case you haven't heard, there will be no state testing this year. That's just not going to happen. And for better or for worse, I know for some that's a good thing, but for others, it's a disappointment that we're not able to do things as we normally would. Questions about what we're going to do to say goodbye to the building. It's possible that the 13th of March was the last regular school day. students were in the building. And if that's the case, will we be able to get back together and come together as a whole school and say our goodbyes to the building? And that's a question I just can't answer. So I don't know, but I'm hopeful that this coronavirus situation will resolve itself sooner rather than later, and it would be great if we can all come back to school before the end of this year. In the meantime, I think we're going to do the best that we can, and I know our staff are very capable, and I'm very confident that they'll be able to provide a meaningful experience for everyone. I know people will likely have a lot of questions, and even though our school is closed, our staff are still working. So we're checking our email. And so feel free, please, if you have any questions, to send an email to us. Staff are checking their email as well. For those of you who would rather make a phone call, we can take phone calls. And they will go to voicemail, but we have it set up so that our voicemail can be routed to our email, and we can check it that way. It might take a little bit longer than usual, but that is an option if you like. In preparing our newsletter for this afternoon, I do have a form that I'm including so that if you have questions about the extended closure and about what that means, there's another tool that you can use to ask those questions, and I will do my best to check those daily and get a response to you as soon as I can. I can't think of any other things at the moment that I want to share, but I am going to try to do more of these as a way of having maybe some sort of a connection with you that's a little bit more personal than just some words on a piece of paper or words on the screen. So I hope that we will be able to see each other physically or in person soon. But in the meantime, I'm going to try to become more comfortable with this video conferencing tool and prepare myself for remote education. So I do want to thank you all for your patience as we get through this. And I hope you all are safe and healthy, and really hope we get to see each other again soon. But in the meantime, you should look forward to hearing from your teachers if you have not already. They are contacting every family sometime before the end of this week. And Monday, we are preparing to start getting back into the education mode, and I don't know that we'll be able to have everything ironed out exactly, but we are going to start this remote education next week. So until then, I hope you all have a good rest of your week and a nice weekend, and we'll sort of virtually see you on Monday. Thank you.